Alison Northcott joining me right now, because Alison, even when, so many of those voters that I spoke to in Trois-Rivières, I remember they would say l'économie, but also l'environnement. And I mean, you live here in Quebec. You must have been hearing something of the same.
Absolutely. That's definitely the environment is definitely an important issue for a lot of people. And there's one project that touches on that that's really come up a lot in this campaign. It's all about an underwater tunnel that would connect two communities. And while some say it might be good for some in those communities, there's also a lot of concern about the price tag and about the impact on the environment.
For years, Colette Langlais and Jean-Marie Mercier have used this bridge to travel between Quebec City and their home on the other side of the river. They say traffic on this and the other bridge nearby can be slow, frustrating, and unpredictable, and they want another option.
Économie de temps, d'essence.
He says it would save people time and gas and reduce pollution and the risk of an accident. A new project for a so-called third link is in the works. The Quebec government has announced a $7 to $10 billion 6-lane underwater tunnel connecting the municipality of Lévis to Quebec City. The premier wants federal leaders to commit to funding 40% of it.
They paid for
the Champlain Bridge in Montreal, says Langlais. Why shouldn't they pay for a tunnel or a bridge for us? The province says 1/3 of the lanes would be reserved for public transport and carpooling. But in an election where climate change is a pressing issue for many voters, many see the project as a step backwards and an issue they'll take to the ballot box. On the other side of the river, David Lemelin, a former mayoral candidate in Quebec City, is against the project and says he won't vote for a federal party that supports it.
You say that you care about the public money, you say that you care about the environment, you say that you care about the quality of life in the cities. Well, the third link is not doing that.
Environmental groups say the planned tunnel would mean more cars and more emissions.
We see this project as being one that's scientifically unfounded in many respects, and so we do believe that there should be no federal funding going towards this project. It goes against Canada's climate objectives and Quebec's as well.
The NDP is against the project. The Liberals have not committed to the funding, and the Conservatives say they're on board.
Les évaluations environnementales relèvent de Québec.
Bloc Québécois leader Yves-François Blanchet, who positions his party as anti-pipeline and pro-environment, faced criticism after suggesting it could potentially have a positive environmental impact and saying he doesn't hate the third link, which is a popular project in the Quebec City area.
But the project is also very unpopular elsewhere, saying, hey, we're going to pay $10 billion of taxpayer money for basically to cut 15 minutes in transit to the people on the south shore of Quebec. No, why should we do that?
The debate over the project will continue after this election, with construction set to begin next year.
So Alison, talk to me about the bigger picture here, right? Because in an important way, this is a local project, yet it has found a way to ripple out in a wider way.
Well, that's because this is something that Premier François Legault wants to be a priority for the federal leaders, and he is a popular premier, so it makes it hard for the leaders to ignore that. Now, the project still has to go through an environmental assessment, and once it's built, the province says that they expect that it would last for 100 years.
Okay. Alison Northcott, thank you very much.
You're welcome.